Meet Max, the friendly dog. Max is a golden retriever with a heart full of joy and a spirit of adventure. His golden fur shines in the sunlight, and his eyes sparkle with curiosity. Max was a friendly dog. He loved to explore. He sniffed every flower. He chased every butterfly. Every day was a new adventure for Max, and he embraced it with boundless energy and enthusiasm. Max lived in a big house with a big yard. The yard was his kingdom, a place where he could run freely and play to his heart's content. He would spend hours exploring every nook and cranny, always finding something new and exciting. But his favorite place was the park. The park was a magical place for Max, filled with endless possibilities and new friends to meet. It was his ultimate playground. The park was full of exciting smells. Each scent told a story, and Max loved to follow these stories with his nose, discovering the secrets of the park. There were squirrels in the trees. Max would watch them intently, his tail wagging in anticipation, hoping one might come down to play. There were birds in the bushes. Their songs filled the air, and Max would listen, sometimes trying to mimic their sounds with his playful barks. And there was a pond with something new to see every day. Ducks would swim gracefully, and Max would watch them, fascinated by their movements. The pond was a place of wonder for him. One sunny afternoon, Max was at the park. The sun was shining brightly, casting a warm glow over everything. It was the perfect day for an adventure. He was sniffing a patch of daisies. The sweet scent of the flowers filled his nose, and he felt a sense of peace and happiness. He wagged his tail happily. His tail was like a metronome, keeping time with the rhythm of his joy. The sun felt warm on his fur. He lay down in the grass, soaking up the warmth and feeling completely content. Max was a happy dog. His days were filled with love, adventure, and the simple joys of life. Every moment was a treasure, and Max lived each one to the fullest. Max trotted towards the pond. He loved to watch the ducks. They quacked and splashed. They dipped their heads under the water. Max thought it was funny. Today, Max saw something new. There was a mother duck with her ducklings. The ducklings were very small and fluffy. They followed their mother everywhere. Max had never seen anything like it. Max crept closer to the pond. He wanted a better look. The mother duck saw Max. She made a loud quacking sound. Max stopped in his tracks. Max was surprised. He had never seen ducks up close before, and their sudden movement startled him. He didn't mean to scare the ducks. Max was just curious and wanted to see what they were doing. He just wanted to be friends. Max loved making new friends, and he thought the ducks looked like they could be fun to play with. Max sat down on the grass. He hoped that by sitting quietly, the ducks would see that he meant no harm. He wagged his tail slowly. Max knew that a slow wag was a friendly gesture, and he wanted to show the ducks that he was friendly. He wanted the ducks to know he was friendly. Max had always been good at making friends with other animals, and he hoped the ducks would be no different. The mother duck watched Max carefully. She was protective of her ducklings and wanted to make sure they were safe. She saw that Max was not a threat. The mother duck could tell that Max was gentle and meant no harm. She calmed down and went back to her ducklings. The mother duck felt reassured and led her ducklings back to the water. The ducklings were curious about Max. They had never seen a dog up close before and wanted to know more about him. They swam closer to the edge of the pond. Max stayed very still. He knew that any sudden movement might scare them away. He didn't want to scare the ducklings away. Max wanted to show them that he was a friend, not a foe. One by one, the ducklings swam closer. They were curious and wanted to get a better look at Max. They were no longer afraid of Max. The ducklings could see that Max was friendly and meant no harm. Max was happy. He had made new friends. The ducks and Max spent the rest of the afternoon together, enjoying each other's company. If you enjoyed this heartwarming story, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing animal friendships. From that day on, Max and the ducks were friends. It was an unusual friendship, but a beautiful one. Max, the big, friendly dog, had found companions in the little ducks. They were inseparable. Every day, Max would visit them at the pond. The pond was their meeting place, a serene spot where they could all relax and enjoy each other's company. Max would eagerly trot down the path, his tail wagging in excitement. He would watch them swim and play. The ducks would glide gracefully across the water, their reflections shimmering in the sunlight. Max found their movements mesmerizing and would sit by the edge, his eyes following their every move. Sometimes the ducklings would even follow Max on his walks. They would waddle behind him, their tiny feet pattering on the ground. It was a sight to behold, the big dog leading a parade of little ducklings. Max loved to play with his new friends. They would chase each other around the pond, splashing and quacking in delight. Max's playful barks would echo through the trees, blending with the ducks' cheerful quacks. He would gently nudge the ducklings with his nose. It was his way of showing affection, a gentle reminder that he was there to protect them. The ducklings would respond with happy chirps, nuzzling against his fur. He would let them climb on his back. The ducklings loved this game, scrambling up his fur and perching on his back like little kings and queens. Max would stand still, patient and proud, as they explored their new vantage point. The ducklings loved to play hide and seek with Max. They would hide behind his legs, peeking out with their tiny beaks. Max would pretend not to see them, his eyes twinkling with mischief. They would hide behind his legs and then jump out to surprise him. Max would feign surprise, jumping back and barking in mock alarm. The ducklings would burst into laughter, their joy infectious. Max was always careful around the ducklings. He knew they were small and fragile, and he took great care not to hurt them. His movements were slow and deliberate, a testament to his gentle nature. He knew they were very delicate. Max treated them with the utmost care, always mindful of their tiny size. He would lie down beside them, his large body a protective barrier against any potential danger. He would never do anything to hurt them. Max's love for the ducklings was evident in every interaction. He was their guardian, their friend, and their playmate, all rolled into one. Max was a gentle giant. Despite his size, he had a heart full of love and tenderness. The ducklings adored him, and he cherished them in return. Their bond was unbreakable, a testament to the power of friendship. Max the dog and the duck family were the best of friends. They showed everyone that friendship can bloom in the most unexpected places. Max learned that even though they were different, they could still be friends. The ducks loved Max. They knew he would always protect them. Max loved the ducks. They were an unlikely family, but they were a family nonetheless. And they lived happily ever after, together by the pond. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe for more heartwarming tales.